Well, we've got some fun stuff planned for today. So if you couldn't tell by the music, we are going to be playing the Ace Attorney Investigations demo. Which includes, let me see. Oh. There are no controller settings? Hold on. Does it not have controller support? What's going on? You would think it would have controller support. It says it has oh, on the website it says it has partial controller support. Let me see. Do I have to restart it? Oh, there it goes. That was strange. Alright, let's bring this game up. Get rid of you. Is that a good spot for me? I'm not sure. We'll have to kind of play around with my model location. Oh, I see, because I'm clicked out of it. That's why. Oh, so you can play both. I think I am going to move my model over. Like there. Well, I'm going to play the first one. I'm going to play both on stream, so, the whole thing comes out September 5th. But I thought it'd be cool to play the demo. Kind of getting started into it. Oh, look at the new Edgeworth models. HD Chibi. I'm gonna go with the new one. He looks cute. Turnabout Visitor. Yeah, let's go. Oh, my big butt blocking it. Oh. Not a guilty verdict. Oh, who is this guy? Always have been, always will be. We'll give him a voice, but later. Oh, hold on. There we go. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. My model is just in the way, isn't it? Do I need to go like all the way over here? Let's see. Let's see if that works. Oh, hold on. There we go. The door's unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Oh no. Ah! What the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. Bye-bye. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Jeez. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Oh! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. Why is he now cockney? Whoops. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up straight away. This is Detective Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However. Ah! Look at what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say, culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud in my office. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it's my responsibility to solve it. That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first concerted action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Good question, Edgeworth. Good question. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really, especially because of this. The key to your office? Yeah, there's a lock. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the contradiction between two pieces of information and connecting them, this information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with LB, and then I connect them together with Y, like I'm using a controller in a video game. Now to use LB and recall the facts. Meow. My office. And the key. Meow. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murder and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence. Ah, yes, exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? You're really on a ball today, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, you follow leads and their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before placing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! The basics of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use A when I'm next to it. Like I'm in a video game. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use Y, okay? Like I'm in a video game. I'll give you great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Oh, Edgeworth. We don't know his name? Well, I guess we have to investigate it. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of those before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink. Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith. It appeared that our victim was a detective, just like you. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like a bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep, and until the autopsy is done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Yep, I can read. Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have to press RB to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Oh. Oh no. I don't believe it. I have packed those files on those shelves so tight. that not even an earthquake can make them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem, to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back on the shelf. Your files all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this plate spotless while you were away. This just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't ever recall asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day, every Saturday, I'd come in and clean the place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Good question. Oh, what's this? Why can't I investigate this? Hold on. There should be a... Is that what this is? There we go. I mean, it's just pointless, right? Yeah, we read all this. Blah, 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 blah. How do I look? I want to look at the hands. Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for you when you get back. I figured we can play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside for after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the game to tax my mental acuity much. Yeah. Oh, whoops. It's a gun. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it'd mean that the killer made the escape after disposing of the gun here. I think I've seen one of those before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know! I was issued the exact same model. I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, yes. You do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the one issued by the precinct detectives. Okay, so I guess we have to use some logic. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed Detective Whoops. I missed that. Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, on it now, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? I'm skipping through text. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, this guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Let's see what else we can find about this revolver. As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at every piece of evidence. Every piece of evidence. You can use RS to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use RB and LB to zoom in and out and get the nitty-gritty. Look at the pony. We're gonna take a look at the barrel and see how many shots are left. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, that's already a contradiction. It is not possible for there to be only one shot with only one gun. Because remember, the detective was shot, and then there was another shot at the painting when Edgeworth was found. I guess this is about all we can find about. All we can going to find out. We should send this body to Ott. Jim, who is this? Oh, why? How could this happen to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be! Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body! Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh! Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. Sir. Sir. Oh, sorry. I thought he said sir. Said, okay. Sure, just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, yes I am. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. Yes, that is correct. Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal, and just calm down, okay? I will not! I know how these things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them, and only the owner of the office is key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? Oh my god, Gumshoe. So the only one who could get in here was me. Oh, wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you then. You're Jim's killer. No, wait, pal, you've got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are the real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are a cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. Edgeworth already has a bad feeling. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then, it's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there, sir. I want you to capture these scenes on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Oh my goodness. I should probably give them some space. He's gonna tamper with this crime scene, isn't he? Look at the couch. I hope we can resolve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too, just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think I can afford to take any time off. This is the thing. Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. The killer not only shot the victim, but he shot your jacket as well? They dared shoot the ultra-special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in. What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here. Oh, like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Yep. Really? Did I say contradiction? Must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like that. Sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First I have to find that spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press Y with conviction. Deduce! And when I found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Eureka! Eureka! This bullet hole is a contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's an elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled the frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too! Which means that one of these 2 bullet holes was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? Or was it something I had installed personally? Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. And that's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Why is it all scraped here? Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's probably a better voice, like more of like a young boy's voice. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Well, what do you know? As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. There we go. I believe I figured out what the murder was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Well, yeah, so, well, why did he try to murder him, I guess? There's a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. No, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even at a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it! Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it all tidy, pal. Okay, done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect the victim was killed in a standing position, henceforth the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell to the floor. Right? The blood on the floor kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm not good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. That. What are you doing? Hold on. There's a roach in my room. Or something. I don't know what it is. Hold on. It was an earwig. I haven't seen an earwig in forever. So this is where the bullet hole launched itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet hole to be lodged so squarely in a foul spine indicated the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with the hands after being shot. There are prints on the floor, too. Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. I put them all back just as they should be, sir. It doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the murder does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. Wonder if they found what they're looking for. It appears that the victim was in sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why the seat victim's pants had blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Okay. Interesting. Oh wait, hold on. Killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my gosh. Ah, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. The killer's going to pay. That tea set is... Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart. It can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Yeah, I'd be mad too. Oh, it's your trophy. Knight of prosecutors, right? Knight. King. King of prosecutors. It's not a trophy, it's a shield. Oh, it's missing a piece. They only send this to the winning prosecutors, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. What's this? Oh, my desk. Been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes my mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. My job is still to protect your office, sir. You did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. That's harsh, sir. Have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Jeez. Edgeworth, I mean, Gumshoe deserves more than that. Steel Samurai! Well, it's a good thing my Steel Samurai doll wasn't spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, Warrior Neo Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. His goal is to defeat the evil magistrate, to show gear towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai, alone with a deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show gives it presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. That conversation lasted longer than I expected. Let us return to the investigation. Oh, Edgeworth. Is this another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with a card attached every month. Like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what on the card this one is. All will be resolved. Wendy. Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns. Wendy, isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stock? That's enough, detective. You not remind me of her further. I would react the same way about old bag. Is there anything else to look at? You have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Seeing Mr. Portsman tearing up like that has brought an unstoppable torrent of tears to my own eyes. Were you good friends with Mr. Faith, pal? No, sir, but I can't help myself. I'm sympathetic to other people's tears. If I may make a suggestion, I'd clean myself up so not to give the wrong impression. I guess I have to make deductions. May I have a word with you? Please, I need absolute silence. Dusting for prints at a crime scene is the most sacred process. The man loves his job, maybe a bit too much. Alright, deduction, I guess. Nothing else to look at. No. May I talk to him? Mr. Portsman, a word if I may. Oh, Jim, your laugh, your smile. I'll never be able to joke around with you again. But don't worry, Jim. I'll joke around enough for the both of us. You'll see. He's not listening at all. Miss Portsman is off in his own little world, it seems. What else do I have to look at? What am I missing? What am I missing? I never knew there was such a safe hidden back here. But if detectives knew about them, they wouldn't be secret now, would they? There are secret hidden things in this room. Even if there were, I wouldn't defeat the purpose of being hidden if I told you. So don't bother looking for them. So there's no, like, hidden camera around, right? And what if there was? No, it's nothing. Forget I said anything. Don't even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away. Yeah, good question. That's everything, right? His office has like one of the best views. can't leave. Yeah. Okay. See if he notices anything. Okay. Yeah. What did I look at? I don't... What am I missing? I don't have any other... What am I missing? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Is there anything on the gun that I can look on? To think that so easily to take a life with just to pull the trigger. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones I use at track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everyone always ends up following your lead. Takes you down for a false start, detective. Now as you mention it, even if I finish first, I always end up in last place. Oh my goodness. Gumshoe. Each prosecutor's badge is engraved with a number of its own, owner on the back. Numbers, as if we're not human on the inside like everyone else. So who's A? Prosecutor A. This badge design is said to reflect the relentlessness and discipline of the law enforcement. Comes from the authority vested in us as strict protectors of the law and executors of sentences, much like harsh winter frosts and blazing summer days. To wear it is to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. What, does he not wear a prosecutor's badge? I thought he did. Seriously, what am I supposed to do? Am I gonna have to look up a guide to figure out what to look at? This is the first case. Hold on. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. Let's read this back. Hold on. That's what it was. I didn't realize I was supposed to present a contradiction there. There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. The victim is shot up to the stomach. The hole should be much higher. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against his shelf right there after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. And that means... Wait, what does it mean? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. It was from this mistake that our current contradiction is born. The order of the files. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet holes proposition? Oh, position. Order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh. Yeah, you see here how the files were shot to begin with the number 0? What are they doing all the way down here after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they were organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a little differently. But from this, we all know that the files were not in this order when the time occurred. Ah, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, sir, detective. Let's arrange the files in numerical order and see what we find. Do you think it'll be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. You have to prop him up. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it logically should be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Oh, and put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime scene. But why? Good question. Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Well, first things first. This. What is it? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say there's something incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, say something, sir. It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? A stolen file. Cool. It looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And its most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. It can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's all you have to play with... Oh my god, what's with the weird voice? If that's all you have to play with, then and at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You've got it! I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. There must be some sort of flaw in his logic waiting for me to dig it out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do? What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Ooh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? Yeah, you might as well. Alright, first I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with R and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, we use Y with S. Yeah. But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness with LB. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations too. Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. It'll be his final words that you will be brought to justice. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice is calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Rebuttal. Why would he move the body? And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your book somehow, right? Anyway. Hold it! Why do you think the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how we missed it. But judging what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from the impression alone. Can't say I disagree with him on that point. Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective is the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing spike. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there's a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down with by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it. Oh, I love the music. If you have time to laugh, then you have time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, I may direct your attention to the missing file. What? That's impossible! What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof. Yeah, I mean the S is gone and there's only half an H. if Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case. I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Ah! Which means what exactly? What does it make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal. It makes it work. Oh, whoops. It makes it the work of It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the criminal crime scene. That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I want to have him under arrest in no time. Well, Mr. Portsman. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserves an Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved I'm innocent, pal. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense you still have something to say? Oh my god. Well, I was thinking, did you know that there's one other person with a key to this office? One other person. Hey, you there! Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal, don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? It's Maggie! I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Maggie's back! Detective Gumshoe, sir. Maggie! Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. By it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building. What? If you were not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, and the only other person who with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room. That's right. I refuse to believe Maggie Bird is the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right, I did it. Can we take it as a confession, Detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Oh. It's pretty obvious that Maggie Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she knew the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key? Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there's anyone else who could use anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portman the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. All right, that's what we'll do. You know, I probably could increase the size of my avatar. Just a little bit. That's a little better. I was a little small. Let's see what we find out.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Yeah, absolutely. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 AM, sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, I wasn't able to... It wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be important piece of testimony, wouldn't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir. If that's the case, then I'd like to know, why do you have the master key now? I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me. I don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But... Still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It's as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive for theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Let's see what he says about this. By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe. I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other as well. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence. I would love to, but first we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying, and press him for more information. No one else knows about the safe. He wished to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something. Why not? It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which only privy to prosecutors. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe was targeted. Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses! Why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret saves. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but... The thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are the security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even for your risky profession. What the? Are you still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to the office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? Oh my god. It was Jim who stole the master key. Ah! Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. He has no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Wouldn't you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But, sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request, for now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you can remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. That's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? Oh boy. Oh boy. Is that the end of the demo? Oh, it's an autosave. Okay. Can you play the... Oh, so you can play the beginning of the first episode. That's cool. I'm just gonna look at this for a second. I've never played the second game because it just got translated. Oh. The president is dead. Or not. Well, once I beat the first game, we'll be coming on to this one too, so... Oh no, an assassination attempt. This is, I don't know if I should be playing this for now. Edgy. I can't pause. Yeah. I want to pause so I can get out of this. I'll just close the game, I guess. Yeah, I probably should wait a little bit before I play this game, the second one, after what's happened. So I don't think it's appropriate to be displaying things like that with the current climate in the social climate right now. All right. Well, that's awesome that this game's about to come out. It comes out on the 6th, right? 5th, 6th. So it'll come out, I think, either Thursday or Friday. So we'll get to play through the whole game. I've been really looking forward to it. And I loved the first one, and of course playing through it again is going to be fun. That's going to leave us with Paper Mario, Vandal Tale, Attorney Investigations, and then something new that we're also starting tonight. But we're going to take a break before we do it.